Hello everyone, greetings from the channel Autodidact. As soon as we hear the term economics, we often get a picture of the finance minister making some policy announcement. Like banks will be given 20 lakhs crore to lend in public and giving some directives. Or the governor of the Reserve Bank declaring a change in interest rates. But, can you tell me what exactly this is, or how it works? In this section, we will understand the basics of economy formation. Then after, we will understand, what exactly is this? This shall be understood with these topics. Structure of economics. Various branches of economics. Introduction to Managerial Economics. Significance or importance, and the scope of economics. In the flow of, we will firstly understand the structure of economics. Subsequently, we will talk about the rest of the topics. My fellow friend, the very basic level at which economic activity starts, or we can say the fundamental unit of economics, is a department in a company. Like, if I talk about the sales department, they are aimed at selling products in the market. This brings revenue for the company. Similarly, the production department is focused at manufacturing the required number of items with minimum wastages. Likewise, every department is involved in some economic activity. As we combine several departments all together to achieve common objectives, the unification of various departments forms a company. Basically, accumulating the sum total of all of their independent economic activities. We calculate the economic activities of a company. Several companies together form an industry. An industry is a classification that refers to a group of companies that are related in terms of their primary business activities. Means, combining an ice cream making company and a shoe making company do not form an industry. They have to be of the same nature. For example, textile industry, petrochemical industry, automobile industry, banking industry, real estate industry, entertainment industry, education industry, and so on, so forth. Means, companies in the baking industry will include all the banks, so as real estate industry will include all the house and building making companies. When we unite all these industries within a nation's boundaries, it is called an economy. And we can say the study of all these industries as a whole is called economics. Hence, in economics we study various things at department and firm level like cost analysis, profit analysis, revenue generation. On the other hand, we talk about various things in aggregate like growth rate, industrial production, birth rate, inflation, gross domestic product, and so on. By now, I suppose, you must have understood the anatomy of economics. We shall not extend our understanding about the subject. Economics and its classifications. On the basis of these levels of economic activities, we often classify economics into two heads. 1. Microeconomics. 2. Macroeconomics. Microeconomics is the study of individuals dealing with individual consumers or a firm for their decisions regarding the allocation of scarce resources and the interactions among these individuals and firms. We can understand this like, till the time we are talking about individuals. Be it a consumer for his consumption, income, standard of living, saving. Or a department for its gains, objectives. Or a company for its cost, revenue, profit and competition. We are dealing with microeconomics. So we can understand economics as the study of the money that individuals want to earn. It basically deals with the study of individuals' consumers and individual business decisions. At the same time, it imbibes the understanding of consumer decision-making in various price, demand and their utility maximization. It focuses on firm production and profit maximization. Finally, how government regulation, externalities and other markets will affect individual markets and what will be their side effects. In contrast, if we talk about the other branch of economics, that is macroeconomics. Macroeconomics is a branch of economics that studies how an overall economy operates on a large scale, or how a government will collect or spend the money. The study of macro deals with the taxes, performance, structure, output, price, and decision-making of an economy as a whole. This includes regional, national, and global economies. Macroeconomics studies economy-wide phenomena such as inflation, price levels, rate of economic growth, national income, gross domestic product (GDP), and changes in unemployment. It gives us the understanding of interest rates or determination. Friends, a newly evolved type of economics is managerial economics. I would make it clear that it is not at all a branch of economics, but it is simply a blend of both the branches of economics that helps a manager or an entrepreneur for his decision-making. Economics is a very broad subject in itself. Therefore, so as to ease the understanding for everyone, the overall knowledge is often cut short up to the level of their amicable use only. This section of economist is often taught to the managers who want to run their business rationally. It consists of knowledge of cost controlling, revenue generating, profit making and decision for production, distribution and winning the market. At the same time, it envisages the knowledge about consumption in the market, the impact of prevailing business cycle, government policies, and the effect of competition on your business. What is economics and why is economics studied? This is because of the multiplicity of wants to the scarcity of resources. To understand this in simple terms, allow me to look into your family. I'm assuming that you are a family of 3, including your mother and father. Now, starting with your father, let us look at his wants and choices. The father always wants to accumulate more wealth. He wants to buy a car, then a big car, if he already has one. Same is the case with his house choices. Firstly, he simply wants to buy a house. Once he has it, he wants a duplex, then a penthouse with a personal swimming pool and tennis court. Now, look at the wants of your mother. She always wants to buy a new set of jewelry, a new crockery set, curtains matching with the carpet. Then, after every 2 years, she wants to renew everything including bathroom tiles. Lastly, talking about your own desires. Don't you want a new smartphone? Then to upgrade it with every launch. Don't you want all the latest gadgets? Don't you want the trendy and fashionable apparels and a filled closet? Don't you want to wear the latest smartwatch? Don't you want to ride the most powerful superbike? We keep on desiring the next best thing. In the market, once we obtain the existing one, if we have a watch, we want the next one. If we have a house, we want the best one. But my fellow friend, we always keep on buying and desiring all these latest things from the market. But think wisely and tell me from where these things are being made, where the resources are coming from. So, they're coming from nature itself, and the reality is they are limited. However, our demands are always increasing, which are already infinite. Therefore, there is a huge mismatch between the wants or desires against the availability of resources. Henceforth, we need something that can solve this problem for us. Okay, so we have key ideas to embark in economics, that goods are scarce and that society must use its resources efficiently. Indeed, economics is an important subject because of the fact of scarcity and the desire for efficiency. Let's defer to Professors Paul Samudson and William Nordhaus, who define economics as follows in the 1998 edition of their well-known text, Economics is the study of how societies use scarce resources to produce valuable commodities and distribute them among different people. They also provide some insights into the role of economists. They declare that, throughout the world, economists are laboring to collect data and improve our understanding of economic trends. Moreover, as they note, economists are studying and trying to explain a wide and expanding array of activities, ranging from international trade to unemployment and inflation, from investing retirement funds to controlling pollution. Economic analysis, both theoretical and empirical, can generate important insights into individual and aggregate behavior and relationships, and help in society's efforts to use scarce resources in a more efficient manner. In a nutshell, we can say that economics is the solution to 4 problems. 1. What to produce. 2. How to produce. 3. How much to produce. And last, for whom to produce. So in simple words, economics defines all the choices that we draw in our day-to-day life. Like which car you shut your driving. What kind of restaurant can you afford? What kind of standard of living do you have? Which phone are you using? Everything is decided by the terms of economics. Countries in a good economic situation offer the population a high standard of living means they have a nice decorated house, a comfortable car and good of everything. But countries with poor economics do not afford even the basic necessities, even that includes food, clothing and shelter. Therefore we can say economics plays a pivotal role in our day-to-day life, right from the moment when we wake up in the morning, till the moment we sleep in the night. And in fact, where we are completing our sleep, is again decided by economics. Hence we can say economics not only decides the present, but also decides the future. Okay, and the last part we are going to discuss is the scope of economics. I will tell you in which areas economics can be applied. So to begin with the outline, we have several decision problems in business. We have to decide for price. What will be the price of our product? One option is that we can sell at the price at which the competitor is selling, or we can charge a little to penetrate the market. But this can affect the brand positioning in the minds of consumers that the product is not at par in quality. Then, we have to decide for output. Either we can make once we receive an order. Like, in a cake shop. They make the cake once you tell him the size, type and other details. Similarly, companies need to decide to self-production or outsourcing decisions. If a company makes all the parts itself, then it will save a lot of money. But every company cannot do everything on its own. For example, a real estate company cannot make good air conditioners. But companies like Tata can make horns on their own, and it's good for them if they manufacture all components indigenously. Likewise, companies need to decide the advertising and internet strategies. The media, intensity and frequency of the advertisement is to be decided very wisely, as this can be a costly affair for the business. For example, you must have observed that you find insurance ads, house ads in the morning, when you're going to the office. Similarly, the makeup item ads are given in the daytime, when housewives are watching TV. To tackle these problems, various economic concepts are used. These economic concepts include theory of the consumer behavior, where we study about his buying pattern. We compare his income levels with the price of different types of goods in the market. Looking into the theory of firms gives us the idea about cost controlling, revenue generating and profit making. The theory of market structure and pricing tells the profit potential and the survival in the competition. The companies like Indian Railway enjoy the market with nominal level of quality of service. While in the smartphone market, a little delay in the latest feature adoption may throw you out from the market. Example can be taken from Microeconomics. There was a time when phones were having a shortage in the market. But now the company is struggling with its presence in the hands of consumers. To apply these economic concepts, we need some tools. These tools include statistical tools and numerical tools to deal in the data of consumption, production and use in the economy. We need to apply various methods in order to draw the inferences from the data. Forecasting enables the seller to plan the things. Like a sweet-selling shopkeeper needs to plan for swollen or increased demand during festival season. The game theory results in three types: the zero-sum game, the positive-sum game, and the negative-sum game. Zero-sum is like cricket match. One has to lose, then other wins. Positive-sum is when there is win-win situation, while the negative-sum is when both the parties will lose. In business, game theory is beneficial for modeling competing behaviors between economic agents. Businesses often have several strategic choices that affect their ability to realize economic gain. For example, businesses may face dilemmas such as whether to retire existing products or develop new ones, lower prices relative to the competition, or employ new marketing strategies. Economists often use game theory to understand oligopoly firm behavior. It helps to predict likely outcomes when firms engage in certain behaviors, such as price fixing and collusion. Lastly, talking about optimization. In business and economics, there are many applied problems that require optimization. For example, in any manufacturing business, it is usually possible to express profit as function of the number of units sold. Finding a maximum for this function represents a straightforward way of maximizing profits. Using decision sciences and economic concepts, we find the rationale for decision making. This is what is called economics, the science of problem solving. It is worth recalling the definition of managerial economics: the extracted knowledge that helps managers in decision making. Hence, we have understood how these business problems are dealt, and we reach the optimal solution. Alright friends, this is all for now. Hope you have understood the structural formation of economics. In the next session we should be understanding about how does the economy work, and how does money flow in the economy? You can subscribe to the channel. Also share the video to someone who needs it. Visit us to stay updated. Till then, all the best.